Adult day health care as entity exists in California for over 37 years. Loving Care Adult Day Health Care is a medical facility and will provide the care that they probably will not be able to get anywhere else under one roof. We opened about 12 years ago. We have averaging between 160 and 200 people on the list. They don't come every day. We're licensed to have about 90 people a day. We're bringing them here. We do have nurses who make sure that they're okay. They check their weight, they check their blood pressure, they check their blood sugar. A lot of them are diabetics.
Our medical staff is very good, is very nice, and they're very helpful. I have depression and a lot of illnesses because I'm an old person. So when it was opened that summer, Loving Care, I came here and I was here from the first steps of it. And you know, it's really a very good center. It helps all people like me.
They have a absolutely fantastic and caring and giving physical therapist that literally takes people from wheelchair and take them to walkers and then canes sometimes, and they dancing, getting up from the wheelchair. I wouldn't call it dancing with a star dance, but it's something that they didn't do for years.
I go 3 times a week. It is gymnastic in the morning when I come. It is very important.
The Loving Care is a very good service, you know, for us because my wife got a stroke in Vietnam now. She needs very much for physical therapy.
Plus we have a wonderful occupational therapist that helps them to do the exercises and to do whatever is necessary to maintain the upper portion of the body. Because when you're young, you don't think that sometimes day will come and you wouldn't be able to brush your own hair or brush your teeth. Unfortunately, day comes with arthritis and, you know, all other illnesses where you have a very limited mobility. And occupational therapy provides that help with the mobility and understanding how to deal with it to prolong independent life. We do have 3 social workers, so if they have a needs to do something, if they have a problems, if they need a phone calls, if they need to clarify the bill, if they need to make an appointment with a doctor, or just have a conversation. Sometimes we're the only conversations that they will have with anybody, because they will just go home and lock the door and just watch TV.
Sick people and old people to be here, it's like I feel like it's in our family.
Somebody cares, people respond. And I think that's one of the really very important part of what we're doing. We're creating a family that otherwise they don't have. Most of them been through World War II. A lot of them were actually fighting in World War II. A lot of them were fighting behind the line.
When started the Second World War, I was evacuated together with my parents.
Most of them were 10 or 8 years old when they started working, and they were doing whatever the military needed them to do. A lot of them were so short that they couldn't reach the table and were standing on the boxes. So these people were deprived of childhood because of the World War II.
We have here friends who know us a long time, and they recommend us to go to the Loving Care.
We sing in Russian chor, and we sing in
Jewish
chor.
Person is more or less healthy, they need food for their brains, and whatever I can come up with, whether it be a concert, a lecture, an English class, or just silly games that for you and I may be silly, but for them is irreplaceable. Music is a very, very international language. You don't have to speak any language. You just make a sound, beautiful sound of music, and everybody understands you. Dignity of life is not just surviving 70, 80, 90, or 100 years, but actually living 70, 80, or 100 years. It's a big difference between surviving these years and living it. It very possibly comes to the end because the state, you probably know, don't have money, and they're cutting the programs, and this program will affect 37,000 disabled, frail, elderly.
For United States economic, this prophylactic, lower care, it is cheaper, much cheaper than these people go to hospital.
See, my goal is, if I can make life of these people worth living, then I did my job. If nurses will make sure that that will happen because they're taking right medication, then they do their job. If physical and occupational therapists will make sure that they physically can do it, get up and do it, they got their job. And social workers taking care of their piece. So each one of us have a different piece that we love to do, and hopefully we do well, to give us an opportunity to continue to whatever level we can with the dignity of life with these people, or to making their life a little more dignified. Because each one of us who makes decision on them have to think, what will happen when I will be their age, if I'm lucky enough to make it there. They're very lucky to be 70, 80, 90, and plus 90, 95. But how would we feel, and who will take care of us? If we can all answer that question, or at least think about it, maybe the life of people who are already there will be a little nicer and easier.